Apex Legends is a first-person character shooter that has managed to maintain its spot as one of the best battle royale games on the market. Since 2019, the developers at Respawn have been constantly supporting this game with frequent updates and trying their very hardest to keep the game fresh and up to date for the players. With Apex Legends still pulling a consistent player count and having a dedicated fanbase on social media platforms, you'd think they would be doing something right. Right?
Wrong!
While I can't speak for everyone, I think a lot of dedicated people in the player base keep coming back to this game because the gunplay has a unique feel that is better than any other shooter on the market. Accompanied with that, the game also has unique characters with different abilities that diversify the way you can play the game. Even if you aren't a very competitive player or don't put too much time into the actual gameplay, the game has its own lore and story that you can get invested in, involving the legends that are in the game. It's clear that the game has a great foundation, but today, we're not here to talk about the pros of Apex. In this video, I will be presenting most of the major flaws that plague Apex Legends and prevent the game from becoming the best game it could possibly be. My name is Hereditary, and let's get straight into every problem with Apex Legends. When starting this video, I just want to be clear that I'm not directing any hate towards the devs at Respawn. I appreciate these people so much for creating a game I can sink hours into. I just simply want the game to come out of its broken state. The first major problem I had with Apex Legends is its servers. I wanted to start with this problem because this is essentially not arguable. Everyone wants Apex Legends servers to be better and hates getting shot behind walls and doors because the tick rate is so slow. I can't bear to name how many times I've dodged around a wall or corner and died because the server tick rate is just slow. To be clear, I'm not a game developer and I'm not sure how they could implement a change to improve their servers. This likely could involve Respawn's partnership with EA as well as many other factors, but considering how much money Respawn has made from the players constantly buying cosmetics and Apex packs, you'd think they would invest more in their servers. Improved server stability would greatly improve the player experience as a whole. The second big problem I have with Apex Legends is the audio in-game. Audio such as footsteps and gunshots are extremely important in this game because it provides you with information to which you can act accordingly. So with that being said, I should be able to hear a full team running up on me about to beam me, and I should not be able to hear gunshots across the freaking map, in Kings Canyon especially. The audio in this game is just so inconsistent and frustrating because hearing footsteps when someone is nearby can be the difference between life and death. Both audio and server issues are issues that have been discussed and brought up millions of times on social media by big content creators, pros, and your average player alike. It would help if there was at least some effort or explanation why these massive issues have not been fixed yet. If they can't altogether make the audio work better, it would help if there was at least some quality of life changes. Like if the "you are the kill leader" message wasn't so damn loud. Maybe I could actually hear the third party coming in after I finish my 10th fight. Maybe a push to talk feature for console players so I can talk in game chat and talk to my stream at the same time. I mean, these are small issues and nitpicks that have to do with the audio in the game, but you know, some fixes at all would overall, I think, make the experience so much better. Now, this is the part of the video where things start to get a bit more subjective. While it is clear to the majority of people that these problems are 100% valid and are worth changing, there will always be those few people on Twitter who jump to disagree with these opinions because they play the game an hour a week and they just think the game's perfect. Now, I don't want to invalidate anyone's opinions. Well, it just sounds like I kind of did do that. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That is what it sounded like, but to be perfectly honest, like, these decisions aren't hard to see the flaws. I think it's pretty easy to see why these issues should be changed to the average person. So, with that being said, the next problem I want to bring up is skill-based matchmaking. If you haven't already noticed in this video, these issues are very major problems that have been around for a while and have been discussed a gazillion times on social media. Skill-based matchmaking seems to be one of the more popular discussions because it's just so obvious how bad of a system it really is. Like, why am I being matched with people who just started playing the game and getting 3-stacked Predator teams? It's not the 3-stacked team's fault that they're matched against me. After all, someone has to play against them. The whole issue isn't how skill-based matchmaking is implemented, it's just the entire system itself. Respawn, if by any chance you see this video, just get rid of skill-based matchmaking. I mean, by any chance, if you guys see this video, hear out all these changes and please make an effort and strive to make changes on all these things. But yeah, just get rid of skill-based matchmaking, bro. I promise you, no one will miss it. While I understand getting rid of your current matchmaking system might hurt the experience of new players, considering bot lobbies are a thing, they help bot players face other bot players, which is helpful to their experience. You are ultimately hurting the experience of your dedicated fan base, which, by the way, are generating you the most revenue because they're the most willing to spend money on your broken game. Randomized matchmaking honestly seems to be the best system. If people wanted a competitive gaming experience, they would just go play ranked. There's not much else I have to say other than what has already been said, so let's just move on to the last major problem I have with Apex. The last issue I truly have with Apex, other than the devs' poor response to the community's clear preferences and needed changes, are the way they balance the Apex meta. Why the heck is everything balanced based on the player's data? Why don't the devs just balance characters based on how good or bad they actually are? Is it because they don't play their own game enough? Player data just seems like the worst method to go about balancing characters, and I'll give you just one simple reason for that. The difference in playstyle. Now here's just one easy example. Let's go with a Caustic main and a Wraith main. So it's clear that a Caustic player, more often than not, are going to be trash, and Wraith players are going to be better than average. Like, this is just something that's like common knowledge, right? Not that it's 100% true, it's in fact more so stereotype, but clearly based on the player data, they have determined that Caustic is an underwhelming character, while they seem to think that Wraith is the best character in the game simply because she has the best stats. See, this is because good players enjoy playing a character that can play aggressive and feel light on their feet. Wraith just happens to be one of those best options. Bad players are typically going to play Caustic because those players will tend to camp in buildings, wait out for wins. They're not as fast or aggressive in their gameplay. This obviously sways the data greatly, which is what leads to devs to continue to nerf Wraith while buffing Caustic. I think it has been made clear at this point that they are going to be nerfing Caustic soon, I believe in the next patch update. Hopefully, I think they mentioned something about that, as well as another really good character right now, which is Horizon. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the devs act completely oblivious to what the meta in Apex was and what it is, and it has taken weeks to months for them to properly give the adjustment that characters need to be balanced. The way Respawn balances the game overall just feels very scuffed, in my opinion. And those were all my major problems I have with Apex Legends as of Season 8. Now let me just be real for a second. I've been majorly demotivated to make Apex content because of how bad the state of the game, feels right now. Along with other struggles and responsibilities I had to deal with in my personal life, I just felt like Apex needed to take a back seat because it was only really causing me more stress. So I think the biggest thing to acknowledge here is that Apex will never truly be perfect, like most things in life. We're clearly not asking for Respawn to make a perfect game. We simply just, want the game to strive for its full potential. I also think we, as gamers, should just choose to not take the game so seriously sometimes. I'm sure this isn't a problem for everyone. Sometimes I treat the game like it's life or death. Not literally, but I do be taking the game too seriously, when it's truly just a game. It's okay to ease up and not worry about the issues the game places right in front of you. Even though it might be hard, the experience can truly be what you make it. And so with that, I'm going to be trying to play more Apex and post more videos, but I've said that a million times, so I'm just going to do my thing. If you guys did enjoy the video and want to see more content like this, drop a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you would want a part 2 to this video, where I go over smaller issues the game has. With all that said and done, once again, my name is Hereditary, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.